Hi my loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I posted. The reason for that is I've just been feeling very low. I needed a little bit of time, but that little bit of time ended up being 2 months. I am sorry for that, but we're back again, and hopefully I'm not gonna take any more time. But you know what, I'm not gonna feel bad for taking the time because it was much needed. I mean, I'm coming back with short hair. I had very long hair, like it was up to here, and I just cut it off. I got tired of it. Another reason that made me cut my hair is because I just felt like it was controlling me. You know what I mean? Like it just, if my hair was not perfect, my day is, like if I didn't do, like a sleek bun or something, I'm gonna have the worst of all days, and I don't want that. So anyway, let's get into today's video. So I thought today I should do a step-by-step video. Let's just cut the whole thing off. Let's just chat. Let's talk about this, okay? Let's just go in detail because there aren't that many YouTube videos whereby people show you like a tutorial that is in depth, right? So I'm gonna be doing that today, but there's a couple of things that I want to talk about first, all right? And the first thing is my face is different for you from yours, right? So that means that the way that I do my makeup is going to suit me. It's going to be for me, right? It might not work for you. This is why there's a saying of take whatever it is with a little bit of salt. Okay? So that means that what I'm going to tell you now, you have to apply it to your face shape, right? So that's the thing about makeup. You need to understand your face shape, you need to understand your features in order for your makeup to actually come out perfect. Let's get into it. So there's the face shape that you need to consider before you think about doing your makeup, or if you are a beginner at your makeup. This is mainly for beginners, by the way. So yes, you need to understand your face shape. So there's different face shape. There's a heart, there's an oval, there's an oblong, there's a square, there's a diamond, there is a, what is it? I did say oblong. A circle. And if I missed some, I think there's 6. If I remember the chart very well, there's 6, right? So you need to understand your face shape. The way that you can actually do this is by staring yourself in the mirror and having a marker. While you're looking at yourself in the mirror, just point where, the top of your head is at the mirror and just draw a little dot. And then your chin, a little dot. Then your sides here and here. And then when you draw it together, you can see if it's a square or what. But if your top is larger than your bottom, then chances of you being either a heart or, well, it's mainly a heart if this here is the same, like if it's bigger than this part here, right? So if it's getting smaller here and it's very big here, then you probably have a heart. If it is a little bit narrow at the top and it comes up with your cheeks very prominent and it goes down a little bit narrow, then you probably have a diamond. If everything is just rounded, I mean, you can see your face as well, right? So yes, that's one thing that you need to consider when you're doing your makeup. This video might be a little too long, but I'll try and make it be as short as I can possibly do it. So that's the first thing you need to consider. The next thing you need to consider is your features, okay? Your eyes. There is almond shaped, there's so many, like hooded eyes, there's inverted semi-hooded eyes or semi-hooded eyes. There's so many of them that you need to really do some research on in order for you to actually find the right way for you to actually do your makeup. Because what I do sometimes, even when I'm doing it, I'm like, what is happening? You know what I mean? Like I get wait a minute, no, we're not supposed to do that. You know what I mean? And it also helps when you know your eyes. You can actually also learn how to do the correct way of, your wing liner, because what I do, like I said, might not work for you. Okay. Another thing is your eyebrows. So I obviously cut off the tail of my brows, but I didn't really cut it off as much as I used to. Normally I like shave this much off, this whole thing, and I literally have the smallest bit. This is all that I have, but nowadays I just leave it like this because I can work with it. And also growing up really does make you have eyebrows like this, and you just don't want to cut it anymore. You just want to see how they're gonna grow. But anyway, yeah, you need to consider your eyebrows as well. Your nose. This trend of having the tiny nose and, you know, contouring it that it's like extremely small, but it's just you powdering your nose, dude. If anything, that's just you powdering your nose. You know what I mean? Like, that's you just pounding powder on your nose. When you go outside, there's no way that I am seeing a Barbie doll nose on you. If you have a big nose, it's still gonna be there, but it's gonna look powdered. And this is what people usually disturb them. It disturbs them in terms of they think now their nose is smaller. But what you need to understand is you need to do your makeup for your face. So I have, it's not a really small nose, but it's small. I like it. So I'm going to show you how I contour it. It works for me. I'm not planning on having it smaller. I like it the way it is. Lips. Do you want to have small lips or larger lips? That's on you, really. There's no rule in makeup, but there's something that you need to also think about. And that's everything that I mentioned. Your face shape, your features, okay? Your cheeks as well. Do you have high points in your cheeks, right? There's people that just have like very sharp cheeks, by the way. They're just like, you know, I love it. If it's natural, I love it. If it's not, I love it. Congratulations. So yes, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. It's already been 7 minutes and I haven't started on my makeup. But anyway, let's begin on this step-by-step beginner-friendly makeup. Okay, so we're going to start off with our eyebrows. First, you need to understand that not everyone needs to have a high arc, right? So when I brush up my brows, this is the way that they look. And they're perfectly fine. Like, I don't have to have an extremely high arc. By the way, let me get... You don't need to have a high arc. By the way, I pulled you guys closer so we can actually get into the eyebrow. Like I said, not everyone needs to get it. For someone like me, if you have oval face, you sort of don't need it, okay? Another point that I actually wanted to talk to you guys about is that you can look at your favorite celebrity, okay, with the same face shape, and then you can get some inspiration from them and actually copy a little thing, two or three things that they do, right? So I'm going to start off with setting the brows, and I'm using my Got2b glue to just set them in place. You can obviously use the method of the soap method if it works for you. Now, I'm not trying to achieve, what is it called again? The fluffy brow. Honestly, I just say if you like that, then go for it. But one thing for sure, your eyebrows do not grow like that. So you need to do your brows the way that they normally grow. If they grow this way or they go there, then comb them like that. If you're doing it up, it just, I don't know guys, it looks weird. Let's just not do it, okay? So I'm going to be using two products, but I'll be showing you a method first on how you can actually get the perfect brow. So this is my perfect brow. This one is not so much my perfect brow, and we're going to try and do it with this. I don't normally use this for my eyebrows, but if you have a pencil, this is like a gel. Yes, this is a gel. It's not a gel, no, this is a gel. This is a gel. This is a pencil, but it's not. Whatever it is. So we're going to use this one for this eye, and then for the other eye, my comfortable place is here. What do? This method has been there for years. There's so many videos of people showing you guys how to do it. So I do not really think that you have to cut your brows, but if you want to cut your brows, for you to actually get, I don't know if I'm on focus. Am I really on focus or not? Okay, let me go back. That's better. I think I was too close to the camera. Okay, so like I was saying, this method has been done, tested so many times, and it really works. And what is it? It's when you put your pencil at, is it the it's not the tip, this is like the tip, at the side of your nostril, and this is where your eyebrow needs to start, right? I always start my brow a little bit further from where it does. So you draw your first point, and then you kind of turn it to a 45-degree angle, and this is where your arc is supposed to be. What do I mean by arc? I said that not everybody has to have an arc, but that means that you can just have a little, this is where your tail needs to go smaller. This is a guide for you to not have your tail go a little bit smaller, right? And then when you turn it to its 45 degrees, actually not 45 degrees, it's more like a 30, 15 degree from here, right? This is where the brow needs to stop. How weird is it that I actually cut off perfectly? Normally my brows kind of go up to here, which doesn't make sense for me, but this really works. So let me get rid of that. I also need a mirror in front of me. Perfect, I have a small little mirror in front of me now. I think I can do my brows. So what do? First, we're gonna draw a small line at the bottom. So this is going back to like the 2016 tutorials, right? And it's gonna just connect a little up there. We're not trying to create a box, by the way, so I'm just gonna erase that because that was just my guide, right? And I'm also gonna erase that because that's where I stopped. So that means that now we're going down. Okay? I'm also gonna erase there. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill the brow to where it normally does end. We're not taking it higher than where it's supposed to be. So just fill the brow at the end, at the tip of the brow. You fill it, and then halfway like so. That's good. And now you need to make sure that if you're using a pencil, it is sharp enough for you to do this method. And this is where we're now just going to draw some lines. But before that, just get your spoolie and then you brush up. Okay? I did start it a little bit low, as you can see, but that's fine. This is where we clean up. We're going to be cleaning up very soon. So now I'm just going to draw some very thin lines. Obviously, even though I erased where the brow normally does start, that's still fine. Okay, now that that is done, we're going to go on with our concealer. So we're going to be using two types of concealers, one that is a little lighter and one that's a little bit darker. This helps with the highlights. It just, oh, I forgot my mirror. It just helps with like the entire thing, and it makes it bright. It makes your your brow bone actually to be a little bit lighter. And that's exactly what we want. So I'm gonna grab my flat brush. I'm gonna start cleaning. Now so far this brow is looking good, okay? But I only have one problem with it. And it is that I just feel like just dragging it a little bit lower, but not too low. You obviously can modify it. Okay. Don't think that we're done yet, by the way. Like I said, that I start my brow off further away from where I normally would. With this guide, you can stay in the line or go over the line. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over the line. I feel like it suits me better. Even if I do my eyebrows like this, it will still look good, but I want it to go further in. Okay. Alright, so with whatever's left on the brush, I'm now gonna clean the top. I don't want to be very precise with cleaning the top. I like that it still has a little bit of rustiness to it. But if you are planning on actually cleaning the top of your brow, that's also perfectly fine. You can totally do that. Okay, now let me get my spoolie. Kind of brush that up to kind of do what we used to do back in 2018? Having a ombre brow, that's perfect. Also, I have short hair, so it really works for me. Okay, so first step is done. Let me do the rest of the brow here, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that the brows are both done, I mean, I like the way that they look. You know, obviously they're not going to be natural. They're also, this whole thing of brows are sisters, brows are cousins. Brows are brows. Don't do that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to one other thing that you need to also understand. And that is moisturizing your face. When it comes to moisturizing your face when you're doing your makeup, you need to be wary of your skin, okay, and its condition. What do I mean by its condition? Do you have oily skin? Do you have dry skin? Or do you have a combination skin? I have oily skin. In the summertime, summer, spring, I have extremely oily skin. And then when it's winter time and autumn or fall, depends where you're from. In South Africa, we say autumn. I have just oily skin. That's just it. All right. So now it's springtime in South Africa and my skin is quite oily. I'm even breaking out. It's insane. I really just hate this time in the season. It's so annoying. So you need to put those things into consideration. Now, when you're oiling your skin or when you're moisturizing, do not over moisturize. If you use 25 products to moisturize your face when you're doing makeup, you do not want to do that. Because number one, that is the reason why it ends up separating. During the day, you'll just be going on like nothing is going on, is happening, like having a good time. What is to worry? My face is good. It's all right. It's fine. Then you get hit by the fact that your skin looks like you have a skincare problem, like a skin issue or something, and people are looking at you like, are you okay? But really, it's your makeup that is just separating in the worst way possible. If you have lines here, they are popping. They are there, okay? If you have smile lines, they are like, whoop. If you do that a lot, you'll see those lines as well. So I say just use one moisturizer as well as a sunscreen. And then we're going to move on to your primer. Now, when it comes to primer, I don't want to show you guys the products that I'm using. I just prefer talking about them instead. What primer does is that it is a barrier between your skin and your makeup. This is a must all the time. For some time, I always would feel like putting on this over here, just, it didn't help at all. You know, just be like, it's there for no reason. I'm putting it on for no reason. Because, number one, I would always like over moisturize my skin. So that would generally just make me extremely oily. But if you know your skin, you're gonna work with powder like there's no tomorrow. Like seriously, there's no tomorrow. So that's the thing with powder. not powder, with your primer. So this one is, it's a Passion Pro Partner in Primer. I've been using this since the beginning of my videos. So yeah, so I'm gonna put that. You do want to let it sit for a little bit, but if you don't want to let it sit, you want to just get into your makeup, you can totally just put a little bit of powder. I have this broken powder of mine. It's from Yardley. It's a pressed powder. Oh my gosh, it's seen better days, you guys. Seriously. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab a brush. Just grab a little bit of it. And I'm only gonna focus on places that I know I get extremely oily skin. So I'm just gonna press the powder on those spots. This is going to control the oil. Okay? Now, another problem that people are facing is that their skin has open pores. So one thing is, you need to also understand that when it comes to, where is it? A primer, okay? The products there are gonna obviously confuse you. Right now I'm looking at, what the hell is, I don't even know how to pronounce it. But understanding your skin means that you also need to understand which primer you need to use. If you have open pores, one that I would recommend is from, it's not from, is it from Essence or Maybelline? I think it's Maybelline Baby Skin Poreless Eraser Primer. It is blue. I think I'll have a picture and put it up here. But that is the primer that I would suggest that you use if you have like open pores. It mattifies, and that's exactly what you want. Ah, what's going on? My skin is itchy. Okay, so we're gonna be moving on to foundation. So when it comes to foundation, I like to use a matte foundation. Personally, I feel like it just works well for my skin. And I think we will go in detail when it comes to how to find a perfect match, because that's still a problem that people are still facing. So I use one that is matte. Okay, that's gonna mattify my skin. I did say that I don't want to show you guys the products and all that stuff because I want you to go there and investigate. Sometimes you show people what you're using and then they go and they buy exactly what you're using, and then you get messages like, oh, it's not working for me. Yeah, because it's probably not for you. Okay, I'm gonna put this on. As you can see, it's a little bit light, but it kind of works with my undertone. So that's one thing that you can think about when purchasing your foundation, your undertone, right? So this one has a little bit of yellow, and that's fine because I do have some yellow in me, even though on camera it doesn't show, but I do have a little bit of yellow on my skin, especially on the inside here. The camera's not doing any justice, you guys. I'm so sorry. But let me put this on and I'll be right back. Okay, so another point that I wanted to talk to you guys about your foundation is your skin again. Are you oily? Are you a combination? Or are you dry? Get a foundation that is going to work with bringing moisture to your face if you have dry skin. If you have oily skin, something that's going to just mattify your skin and not actually show that oiliness. So if you have acne, I would suggest something that is a little bit matte but not too much. You know, something that is in the dewy side, that would be perfect. What is that? Oh, something that is you know, dewy will work for you. If you have dry skin, something with a little bit of oil will also work for your skin. Okay, and then it goes back to how much you want to conceal on your skin. All right, to hide if you have acne scars, or if you just have black if you were popping your pimples a lot and now you're left with black marks or dark marks in your skin, if you want to hide them, that's another thing that you need to consider. Oh my gosh, my brother. So that you need, that is one thing you need to consider. I was just talking to my brother that he needs to take it down. Okay, so now we're going on with a concealer. Finding a right shade of concealer. So one of the ways, because this is this like, I don't know. I'm thinking of how this video is supposed to go. I don't know. I think we'll do another in-depth video. But this one is also as in-depth as you can get. So when it comes to picking the right shade, a shade that is 2 shades lighter is obviously something that one would dive into, which is exactly what you're seeing right now. Or a shade that is 1 shade lighter than your skin also works. For me, the reason I go for something as light as this is because I do want to bring in a little bit of light, and I know where my skin gets hit by the sun, and you know where there's a little bit more moisture. Ooh, what is this? What is this? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Now I'm gonna use this baby over here to kind of blend that. By the way, look at this. Something did something here. Just gonna blend that. Now, as I'm blending it, I'm also thinking of the things that you also need to consider, right? So I have an oval face shape. That means that I can take it up to here and it will not give me flashback. If you have oval face, this is where you can go. If you have a circle face, like this is where you stop, where your eye is, right here. It's probably the best spot for you. If you have square, you can take it a little bit higher than your eye, just a little bit. Right here would be your perfect spot. By the way, I'm not blending it very nicely right now because I'll be using a sponge very soon. So I look like crap for now, but it's fine. Okay, so the light kind of went down. I don't know, am I a little bit too dark? Let me fix it. Let me try to fix it. Is it perfect? Good. So now I'm gonna go on to the contour. The contour. Contour is when you make your, did you see that? This is when you make your shadows quite prominent. Now, if you look at the chart with the face, then you will know how it is that you need to contour your face. A lot of us, well, everybody, I'd like to assume, has a natural contour. And now it's just following it. So everywhere that there's a little bit of shade, you can see like it's a bit darker than the rest of the face, that is where you're supposed to put it. For someone with my face shape, this is the best. So this is like the cheek going down a little like so, and we're gonna make it melt together, okay, like that, as well as the jaw. You also want to do the jaw. Now this is how I contour my nose. I'm not trying to make my nose smaller. This is how my nose actually looks. I think it's a little bit too bright right now, but it's probably gonna get darker, I'm not sure. Yeah. And then around my forehead. So I don't want to have a very big forehead. So when you're contouring, you also need to have that in mind. Do you want to have a small forehead or a large forehead? Now when it comes to blending this, I honestly do not like talking a lot when I'm blending this one, because it can mess you up immediately. But my way of blending this is not up only. So a lot of the times you see people saying when you're blending your contour, make sure that you take it a little bit up like so. But I just don't like doing that only because it creates a line here, right? So you take it down as well, but you also have that up. So I could say like circular motions if you like, because it's circular anyway, right? Okay, so that has created some nice shadow on my face, and that's exactly what I want. Now, because I have short hair, my makeup is a little bit different than what I normally do. In terms of when I contour my face, I never used to put so much emphasis or so much on how I contour. You know, like I don't really care much about the way that I contour, but when I have short hair, and this is something that I do almost every 2 years, I cut my hair. I just get tired of it. So when it comes to blending my contour, my nose contour, I let it sit the way it is, but obviously just making it a lot more softer and taking it into the eye like that. Okay, so now that we're done with our cream products, we're gonna move into our powders. Now I'm gonna be using 2 different powders, okay? Actually, no, you know what? Let's just use one. So this one is from Iman of Noble. Is it Iman of Noble? Iman of Noble. I actually didn't buy this at a drugstore. I bought this at the China place because, oh, wait a minute, what am I doing? I ran out of the product and I literally just thought, where's the next best place? And it was the Chinatown. So when you're using a darker, no, it's not darker, it's a lighter one, a lighter shade of powder, this is the powder that I'm going to be using. It's not a, it's a setting powder. It's not a loose, translucent powder, okay? I thought it becomes a bit darker than it's supposed to be. Okay, so I'm only going to be concentrating this on places where I actually put my highlighter, so that is my eyes. As well as my nose and my forehead. Okay, so now that we have the powder on, we're going to go straight into using the same powder that we used to conceal the primer, okay? So I'm going to go on the places where I contoured with this powder. This is kind of set the contour where it was. Now I do have a bronzing powder, but on my skin it's coming off a little bit more orange than it should. Honestly, it's the most annoying thing ever. I think I bought 2 of them and they just have the same thing. And that's where the whole, doing makeup for your undertone comes in. Make sure that you work with your undertone. Know your undertone, right? So that you're not making any silly mistakes. I mean, I saw on my face that this is a lot more orange. And you know what? I didn't stop. I carried on. So now what I do is I go on my palette and I use a brown shade. Just take it and I just take a little bit off. And I kind of bounce that on my skin very lightly. If you do have a shade that works for your skin, go right ahead and use that. I'm still yet to find one that just does the job as it should. But for now, this is what I use. This video is getting longer by the minute. Okay, so everywhere where you put the contour, this is where we're going to put this. Okay? Just make sure that you buff it very nicely, that it just looks like it's part of your makeup and not that you have eyeshadow on your cheeks, even though you do. That's if you don't have, that's fine. So now we're going to move on to the blush. Okay, I'm going to be using, I'm not using that, I'm using this flat brush here to apply it. Now, there is such a thing as blindness, blush blindness. Don't think there isn't. Like, I can use whatever. No, don't. Okay, do not. So, for my oval face shaped honeys and my dudes, this is the point where I start. I would not suggest this. You smile and put it on your apples or your oranges, whatever these are. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Because immediately when you go down, look. If you started here because you thought, oh, this is the apple of my face, or the orange, or the banana, I don't know. When you put it down, this is where it goes. You just want to look at your face straight, okay? And apply it, as you can see. Now, what I normally do is I like to apply it in like sort of a C shape, like it's like from the brow right down to here, okay? But I'm not taking it closer to my nose, okay? See, that's perfect. That's perfect. I don't want any other thing. That's done. Now we are done with the face. If you want to do your eyeshadow, you can go ahead and do it. But we're done with the face. We're actually done with our makeup. You can just set with your setting spray. I personally do not like to set. Like I said that I have oily skin. So when I set my makeup, this is like when I am telling my oily skin that is chilling there behind the powder that come here, show yourself. But I'm not gonna use it, but you can actually go ahead and use it. But this is it for me. Let me do my eyes and also do my lips. I think I'll do my lips here. You guys, no, I'll just do a red lip and I'll come back with the finished look. Okay, so this is the end of the video. As you can see that I still don't have, I don't know if you guys can see, but I did not put any setting spray. I did say you can put setting spray, by the way. Totally put it on. Setting spray and fixing spray. There's a difference between the two. Setting spray sets your makeup. Fixing spray makes your makeup just, it don't move. Okay, no, fixing spray is the opposite. Fixing spray sets your makeup very, very nicely. It just makes it, you know, blend together. And then setting spray just makes it sit on your skin. I did that. But anyway, this is the final look. I'm in love with it. I wasn't sure what to do with the eyes. Why is it getting a lot darker? It is getting darker by the second. And now it's lighter. I have no idea what's going on with my phone. Okay, I think this is better. Not sure if I like it, but it's a little bit too dark, but it's fine. Oh, it's not fine. I don't like it. Okay, so this is better. Yeah, this is a lot better. Alright, so this is the end of the video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please do like, subscribe, and comment down below what you think about it. And what is it that you've been doing wrong with your makeup? I'd like to know. But I know a lot of people, they're just gonna watch and not say anything. Guys, come on. Come on. You can just say something. It's fine. But anyway, if you do want to comment down below, please do. Tell me what it is that you used to do that is different that you think I should try. Hey, I don't know. Maybe there's something that you're saying, that is not right. But that's perfectly fine. That's your opinion. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool. Anyway, with this base or this foundation routine, you can literally do a full glam. Like, this is totally full glam. I think it becomes a full glam when you put a red lipstick on. But also, if your eyes are a little sultry, then it does become a full glam. But anyway, I think I've made this video longer than it should be. I do hope that you guys did enjoy, like I said. I hope to see you yet again in another video. We will be doing more tutorials. Because whenever I do this, get ready with... No, I never do get ready with me. Let's chit chat, but I never really say chit chat. I get bored of it because I don't always have a topic. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always changing whatever that I was talking about and I forgot. But anyway, yes, things that you need to consider: your face shape and your features. That way your makeup will come looking flawless. Stop doing the 2016 brow. This is an ombre brow and it still works right now. If you want a fluffy brow, go right ahead. But you're not gonna find a video of me doing it in this channel. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, I love you so much. I love you, love you, love you. And I'll see you on another one.